Hello and welcome back to a new era with Arsenal Football Club, trying to take them, well, my sporty team back to the top of English football, trying to win some league titles, some European titles, that sort of stuff. Along the way, we're trying to emulate and possibly even rebuild a squad resembling that of the Invincibles. That's the aim sort of now. Obviously we tried to have, this was mainly my beta save just to get into the game. I've continued it a little bit, and obviously now we'll continue it on YouTube alongside where I can the Carl Shorten save. So yeah, we've got a bit more of an end goal, I guess. Now that was just to get used to the gameplay, get some, used to some bigger players, knowing that I was going to be managing non-league. So yeah, we're carrying on with a bit of some of the transfers we've made, obviously up to this point, go against that philosophy, but we're going to sort of try and address that in January and maybe in the summer as well. Been doing a bit of scouting, that sort of stuff tonight, but whilst playing a few games, getting to this point. I could get to this one quite easily. How short and I will have to do at work tomorrow. That's absolutely fine. So today we are playing Barcelona in the Champions League. Obviously we're back in Champions League this season. Pretty tough draw. We've got Barcelona, and then we've got that followed straight after in the league, the North London derby. Obviously the last episode was Manchester United. It was a very humbling defeat. Brought us back down to a bump. Obviously the first episode of this season, of season 2, was Chelsea, where we got the win, and we thought we were sort of picking up our season back up a little bit, but Man United absolutely destroyed us. But let's have a see. We've only got a couple of games, but let's see how we've done since that very disappointing defeat, really. Not just in terms of result, but also performance. We just didn't turn up, we weren't at the races. So let's see how we got on. So the first game was Wolves in the League Cup, the third round. We made it, we rotated in this team, we rotated this game really, because we had, I think well, let's just give a few guys another chance. The League Cup isn't sort of on the list of agendas, high on the agenda this season, and if we go out, not great, but it wasn't the be all and end all, so we gave a lot of fringe players a chance. The likes of Callum Chambers came in, Mavropanos, Bielik. Kazawa is easing his way into the team. Obviously Klasinac is playing brilliantly, so he's not really getting a feature. Reece Nelson has been in. We've had Guendouzi in this game, Ramsey, Smith Rowe got man of the match in this game as well. And Rafinha went off injured, I think, in this game. Romero started as well. We brought on Lacazette for a bit of. He's sort of in the middle at the moment. He's not in the rotated team because we're giving Romero as much possibility as possible. But Aubameyang's number one very definitely. But he comes on for Aubameyang and in this game as well. Welbeck was on the bench, as was Zelalem coming off. We took the lead through Smith Rowe just after half an hour. But before half time they did equalise. A great free kick from João Moutinho. At that point we were all over them, and it was really a bit of a sucker punch. Straight after half time Romero comes in and gets a goal. I think he did have one disallowed in this game, or that might have been a different game actually. I literally just played through all these. Romero's played a few games obviously because we rotated a little bit in a few of them. I think maybe it wasn't this game, because I think it says it there if it's disallowed. But we held on. Let me say held on. They got back into the stats, but we really were the better team. And it would have been very disappointing if we hadn't won this game. We should have won by more, but a lack of experience maybe in there was to blame for that. We also got back to winning ways in the league as well, with a great 2-0 win against Watford. Again, we did a job. We did what we had to do. We reduced them to just 2 shots on target, let them shoot from distance, which is dangerous in this game at the moment because long shots are very OP. But we kept them quiet, got the clean sheet, while managing to get a couple ourselves. Vecino opened scoring on 20 minutes of a great shot himself from outside the box. It came second in goal of the month, I think, maybe third. And then Aubameyang got on the score sheet just before half time as well. Second half, nothing really happened. There's a couple of highlights both ways, but nothing really to talk about, and obviously no goals. We got a good performance from Vecino. He's unhappy, he wants to leave because of he's not playing, but he's pretty much playing every league game. Ramsey's now kicking off saying he doesn't want to, and he's pretty much playing every cup game. So I can't keep either of them happy really at the moment. I might have to sacrifice one and just give him all the football he wants, and give one none. I don't know, it's a bit of a conundrum. Ramsey's probably more in my thoughts than Vecino, but Vecino's actually started to pick up his game a little bit. Neither of them are particularly playing well, but Vecino has picked up in recent weeks a little bit with the team performance picking up a little bit. We've had a couple of results prior to this episode of this run of games, and this run of games currently that we're in. So let's go. We next had a Champions League game, which was against Anderlecht. Again, clean sheet, got a couple of goals, did what we had to do. Kazawa scored on the quarter of the hour, and then the Chambers about 7 minutes later, something like that. We should have scored a couple more. We kept them down to 2 shots in the whole game. They were no threat. They did the possession on us, but it didn't really show. Everything that came our way. We should have had a couple more. We had a couple of good chances. A couple of good saves from their keeper, but we didn't get many on target actually. We only got 4 out of 22 shots. That's very disappointing. But as you can see, it's a rotated team again. Rotation for us still isn't huge. I mean, Maitland-Niles is coming on leaps and bounds. I think he's got in caps or he's on the verge of it. Not quite there yet. He has been called up a couple of times, but he's not made it into the squad or into the 11 anyway. Chambers came in, Bielik, Kazawa started, Reece Nelson, Elneny, Ramsey and Rowe. Rafinha started just behind, and Romero as well. Soulé come off the bench. We're trying to ease him in gradually as well. We're sticking where we can in the league and whatnot with the team that sort of did so well last season, because we haven't really kicked on this season as we'd liked, and so we've gone back to a little bit of the tried and tested formula and just easing the new ones in gradually. Lacazette came off the bench as well, hasn't scored a goal for a little while, and Welbeck as well came on, I think at left midfield or right midfield, one of the two. He might be one that we see go soon as well, but he is a homegrown player in England, international, that sort of stuff, so it's a bit tricky, but he does play well. Last season he played very well as a backup to Iwobi, but Smith Rowe has kind of come in that position now, and he's playing really well as well. I think he's a wonder kid as well. He is. I mean, we've got to give him football where we can, so Welbeck might be he's not good enough as good as the strikers. He might be one that we sacrifice for the good of the overall team going forward. Another league win, this time away to Newcastle. Again, clean sheet, got the goals we needed, and there was a slight disappointment in this game though, in that Mkhitaryan went off injured. He got the first 2 goals, great finishes, great pick-outs from one was Aubameyang, and I forget who the other one was from, Iwobi perhaps, and both of them were very tidy finishes into the opposite corner. Couldn't really answer them, and then Ozil finished the scoring on 34 minutes. Again, 2 shots on target. We're not getting a lot on target particularly, but we're reducing teams in general, apart from Man United, to what they do as well. Clever had to come off in this game because he's a bit tired. I think he played a game he shouldn't have played. I didn't rotate him out. Ozil got man of the match in this game. Aubameyang came off, and obviously Mkhitaryan came off for Reece Nelson. So that would be it. Yeah, great 3-0 win against Newcastle. I don't know how they were doing these teams particularly. We'll have a look at the league table in a minute. We then had a 2-week wait till our next game because there was an international break. Luckily no one came back injured, and it also gave who did it give? Mkhitaryan a bit more of a chance to come back from injury. He's not going to be back today, unfortunately. But we had Gareth Southgate watching this game. For Lewis Dunk for them, he was watching Maitland-Niles, Butland, and who else was he watching? I think Reece Nelson it said, and Callum Chambers I think it said. There was quite a few players he was watching. I'd be amazed if even half of those make it into the team. But again, 2 goals, clean sheet, did what we had to do. They had a few more chances, a bit more of an even game. We had the possession, but Romero got the open scoring on 3 minutes, and we didn't look back from there really. And then he grabbed a penalty just before 20 minutes. And again, the second half, we don't do too much in the second half. We do all our damage in the first half in the early moments of games. We come out, all guns blazing, get the job done, and we seem to just kind of rest on our laurels a little bit, which isn't great, but as long as we're getting the goals and keeping the clean sheets, it's not too bad. Again, rotated team, primarily because of this Barcelona game we've got today. This is the game before. So we've got Butland, Maitland-Niles, Mavropanos, Bielik. So we're going to see a completely different team. Paqueta actually came back into the squad for this game. Didn't do amazingly, but he's back from a long injury. He's sort of been eased in as well. And he came... Did he come off? No, he didn't come off. Ramsey came off because he was looking a bit jaded as well. I took him off primarily because I was thinking maybe he could start instead of Vecino. I wasn't quite sure for this game, but I think we're going to stick. But we'll see what the lineups are for this game, well, right now. Before we see the lineups, I realised I forgot to look at the league table. So here we are. We are currently sitting in 6th. We're on 17 points. We are, 7 points behind, I think. No, 8 points behind top spot, who is Liverpool currently. They are unbeaten, as are Man United in 3rd, actually. Chelsea currently in 2nd. Obviously, we took some points off them recently. We are their only defeat, actually. It's a good sign. Man City are currently behind us as well, but on a point. Southampton having a really good season. Who's their manager? I don't imagine it's Mark Hughes, surely. Who's their manager? Manager. It is Mark Hughes. Oh, the league are getting beaten. A lot of the league teams are getting beaten by Mark Hughes. That's very realistic. Who's down the bottom? Brighton, Norwich and Wolves are down there. Wolves down the bottom. Very strange. Leicester, Newcastle. Obviously, a few of these teams we've beaten recently. We've played Watford, who are kind of mid-table. Well, exactly mid-table. They're 10th. And yeah, so today we've got Tottenham as well in today's episode after our Barcelona, who are ahead of us by a couple of points. So a win there. I don't know if it's home or away, but we'll come to that when we get there. Callum Wilson leading the goal scoring charts, Morata and Hazard. Not much else to say really. So we'll jump into the lineups for today's game. So here are the lineups. You can have a quick look at Barcelona if you like while I'm doing the Arsenal team, but Aubameyang up front with Ozil just behind him. We've got Iwobi, Vecino, Torreira and Pereira in midfield. Pereira's come in for the injured Mkhitaryan. The favoured one for the role was Reece Nelson, but for such a big game we've stuck with Pereira, but we know we've got Reece Nelson on the bench if we need him. Smith Rowe as well, I think, yes. Kolasinac holding Socrates and Bellerin at the defence with Bernardo behind them. They've gone for very usual kind of team. Suarez, Coutinho and Messi. They've got Arturo Vidal in there with Sergio Roberto and Sergio Busquets just behind them. Jordi Alba, Samuel Umtiti, Gerard Piqué. They bought Eric Heisaj, whatever, I don't pronounce it, from Napoli, I think. Is it Napoli? Yes, he's on them last season actually. He didn't play many games. Hasn't played a great deal this season either. Who's he keeping out? I don't know. Sergio Roberto plays right back for them quite a lot, I think, now. Ter Stegen. Who else have they got on the bench maybe that we've missed out? Silerson. Can't work out who that is. Lenglet, I think that's a Turkish guy. Ousmane Dembele is missing out. Paco Alcacer. Ivan Rakitic in midfield. Semedo right back, I think, as well. And Munir. So very good team. They are 6 for 6 like us in this. So this is the battle for the top of the group. Yeah, winner. I mean, we're away at the new camp. I don't expect too much here. If we can have a draw, I'd be quite happy knowing that we'd have them at the Emirates the next game and have a good chance. But I still think we've got enough to beat Anderlecht and Borussia Mönchengladbach in the remaining games to get the second spot. I don't think that's going to be an issue. Obviously, the group could open up a little bit with these 2 games coming up because obviously Dortmund, Mönchengladbach and Anderlecht playing each other. If one of those wins too, they're on 6, possibly 9 if they've got something else which they haven't because they played Barcelona. But be interesting to see how that picks up. But after 12 minutes, 0 shots for both teams, both nullifying each other. First highlight is on 40 minutes, something I didn't think I'd be saying in this game. We had a couple of shots pop up, 6 for Barcelona, none on target, 1 for Arsenal, 1 on target. And it looks like we're going to go into half time with that being, I mean, it was very close. They hit the bar or the woodwork from the free kick from Lionel Messi, but the follow up, I think, was hit the post as well, I think, or it was just missed. We're going into half time and literally nothing has happened. Something I really didn't think I was going to be saying in this game. Coming into half time, I was expecting maybe to be a couple of goals down in actual fact, but we're not, and that I'll take that as that goes. To be honest, tell them they're excellent. I mean, we don't know, we haven't seen anything. We're top on 7. I don't know how. Did Barcelona drop some points somewhere in another group game? Not too sure. Barcelona brought on Dembele for Philippe Coutinho. So that's another attacking threat. As Coutinho gets a yellow card after he's gone off. I'm not sure if that was for time wasting or something. Rakitic comes on for Sergio Roberto. I mean, it's world-class midfielder for world-class midfielder. That's kind of like for like, really. And it's another free kick. Lionel Messi. Oh, it hits the post and goes across the line, but Leno gets the ball. And literally nothing is happening in this game. We're going to make some changes of our own. Vecino's going to come out for Ramsey. We're going to bring Pereira off for Reece Nelson. And I mean, it's really kind of tiredness things we've got to change here. I'd like to bring maybe Lacazette on, but I don't think I can do that. We're going to bring Kolasinac off for Kazawa, knowing Iwobi's getting closer as well, but Kolasinac is a lot more there, and he's obviously a defensive player. We don't want him getting tired and getting constantly run at by who'd be there. Messi would be, I think, the player running at him, so not ideal. But yeah, we get it clear. Aubameyang with a chance to counterforce. Can he look right? He's got players. I mean, they're not really bombing forward. Oh, we give it away. Messi with the interception, tracking back, working really hard, and they free Dembele. Suarez is probably in the box. No, Kazawa gets there, edge of the box. Rakitic finds Messi, and he nestles it in the bottom far corner. And I thought this was us leveling points and whatnot, but apparently we're not. I don't know how that's happened. I thought they won both their games. Unless we played 3 games already, I'm not. No, we can't have done. We'll have a look at the schedule afterwards and see how that's happened. But we're dropped down to 2nd now, but only a point behind Barcelona. We're going to do a shout out and going to show some passion. Don't know how they react to that because it's a tough game. It's probably a bit harsh. And Aubameyang, if you can, we're just not getting the second balls down when they do appear. Rakitic being boxed in, but he finds Heisaj and no one's closing him down. Suarez, can we win the header? We do, but it goes through to Dembele. It's going to be 2-0, isn't it? It's a penalty. A 2-0 result here would be harsh because literally nothing's happened in this game. It's one highlight and a penalty. Vidal to step up, and he nestles it in the corner again. Great penalty. I mean, we haven't done anything to justify getting anything out of this game. But for them to say, hey, they had 12 shots and 5 on target, I mean, I've seen nothing of that in this game. Oh, it's great. He gets close there, no, but no cigar. We're going to do another shout. If we can get a goal back, maybe. Oh, we just another throw in, just go straight to the opposition. 3-0 would be very, very harsh. I mean, that's putting a swing on the goal difference, I imagine, now as well in this group. Don't do us dirty like this. Don't do 3-0. As it goes out to Messi, let's go out for a throw in. They'll probably get it. No, they don't. And the minutes are just going to tick down now and get a throw in. No doubt we'll throw it back to them. Yeah, we did. Torreira finds Kazawa. Can he find someone in the box? Can we just narrow this deficit down? Ramsey, Torreira, back to Holding. What is that? Back to Kazawa. It's probably going to end now, isn't it, this highlight? Ramsey, Torreira. Look inside. Ozil's dropped very deep there. He's had no impact in this game at all. No one really has. Aubameyang. He gets one back, 2-1. Helps the goal difference a little bit. Doesn't change the standing in the group. It's just a consolation. It's nothing more. But it could mean something come the end of this. No, because it's head-to-head first, isn't it? It would have to be a strange turn of events for that goal to actually mean anything. Just slides it under the goalkeeper. Great composed finish. But that will be the end of the game, I'm sure. Oh no, they're coming forward again. We can't keep Barca quiet. I mean, this should be it. This should be the highlight that ends the game. We hold on. Well, I say hold on for 2-1. 2-1 defeat. Yeah, there we go. That's the end of the game. So, not a great result, but it was left late. All the goals were in the last 15 minutes, which we were just saying. He's saying say they were excellent. I'm not gonna say that. We're gonna go with that one. Yeah, that's fine. I think that's the better one to go with. So we will dominant game. I mean, I think that's a bit wrong, really. But let's have a look at Barcelona. What have they? No, let's go to schedule, and we'll see. Go to Group H. So when we beat Borussia Mönchengladbach, they beat Anderlecht. We beat Anderlecht. They drew with Borussia Mönchengladbach 0-0. I didn't know that. I thought they beat them. I saw a goal pop up. It must have been disallowed. And then they beat us, and then we're going to see what happens with Anderlecht and Mönchengladbach today. A draw there would be the best, I guess. I think that would pretty much, not quite, but pretty much seal the group out. And if we can get a result against Barcelona at home, I mean, not looking great after that result, but we'll see. So what we'll do, we'll come back for the North London derby against Tottenham. Who's at home? Please say we're at the Emirates. We're at, I presume, Wembley now. We're in the second season. The Tottenham Hotspur Stadium yet. So no, sorry, I don't know why I said to presume we're at Wembley. Presumably they've moved. Of course they have. So we'll be back for that game very shortly. We'll skip straight to the lineups, in fact. So here are the lineups for the Tottenham game. We've gone with Romero up front. Aubameyang, he's done okay, but not amazing. Romero's actually our top goal scorer, and he's not playing many games, so we're giving him a chance. We've gone Pereira and Nairobi have switched sides. Torreira was switched to the other side for support duty, and we brought El Neni in. We brought Maitland-Niles in at right back. Bellerin's just been a little bit woeful. We nearly brought Holding in off for Soulé, but fought against it for this game. Same with Ozil, going a bit missing in some of the big games, so I thought about maybe bringing Rafinha in, or who else we've got, Paqueta, someone like that, but I decided again against it. Tottenham, interestingly, no Harry Kane and no real out-and-out striker. They've gone for Lucas Moura. Hervin Lozano on the right-hand side. Eriksen very deep, surprised to see. They've got Goulam as well at left-back. On the bench, they've got some... I've seen on my Call Short and Save Arsenal sign this guy, Hwang Hee-chan. I think he's young and quite good. Yeah, he's not bad. Where's he come from? Is he the Red Bull Leipzig? Or Red Bull something like that? No, he's Salzburg before. Yeah, he was. Okay, so an interesting signing. They've got, who else on the bench? Kike Kazia, the goalkeeper from Real Madrid. I mean, he might not have come straight from Real Madrid, but I'm not too sure. But yeah, no striker on the bench or in the first team. Let's see. Go out there and give these fans their money's worth. That seemed to work. We'll stick with that. That's enough of them motivated. We will... Yeah, we'll do the talk as well. We'll take that one. And we kick off going right to left here at the Tottenham Stadium. And hopefully we can get off to a better game than the Barcelona one. And this is proving to be a bit like the Barca game. It's taken 20 minutes before we have a highlight. There's been a couple of shots in this one though, unlike the Barca game. But this one is a Tottenham highlight. We're not getting closed down tight enough, but they shoot just wide from that distance. Don't get me wrong, those sort of shots are OP in this game, at the moment, so not too impressed with our defending at those, but 0-0 going into the half-hour mark, and it looks like we're going to go into half-time at 0-0 with one highlight. Okay, they've had a couple of shots, we've had not much. I've asked them to get creative, it hasn't really done anything. So we'll get into them at half-time, see if we can get a bit more of a response going and get a bit more of a second half going out. I'm not overly expectant, but bearing in mind our second half performances generally, you can still improve. And you can still improve. Obviously we've got Aubameyang on the bench if we need him. We've got a few others as well. Romero isn't looking like quite being up to it for this game. Another Tottenham highlight. We don't seem to actually have had one yet. 49 minutes into the game, unless we win the ball back here and get a bit of a counter going. We need to get out here to Gulam. We do win the ball back. That's what can we do with it? It won't be. Well, anything but that pretty much. Maitland-Niles finds a ball to Ozil. Now what can he do? Great ball to Romero. Can he take it? He can't quite, unfortunately. Support isn't there on the second ball. Ozil, you've got to close down your man, mate. No time for passages in this sort of game. Good tackle again. I think that was Maitland-Niles, but dive from outside the box. See them in my call short and save go in most of the time, so very happy to see that one go wide. And we are going to take Romero off. He's not quite at the races today. Been very good for us so far this season. Perhaps maybe in not the games you'd expect him to be a bit better in, so a risk in this game, but we knew we had Aubameyang, and if we wanted to, Lacazette on the bench to bring on. And they're coming forward again. Vertonghen here. Now, can we win the ball back? Ozil's dropping back. Not quite. They're playing some nice triangles around us. Son gets to the byline. Can cross. He doesn't. Kolasinac whips it clear. And Ozil has a chance to break here. Aubameyang's got the pace to get forward with him if he can do it. Elneny. Great ball. Aubameyang straight at the goalkeeper. And it's one South Korean on for another as they bring on Hwang Hee-chan for Song Heung-min. Throw in for us this time. Of course we give it straight to them. That's what happens with throws. And luckily they drift that one wide. I don't know what's going on with these throw-ins. Rafinha with a free kick. Oh, nearly goes in. Rafinha almost with an immediate impact. Good free kick and a couple of rebounds. We get a corner now. If we can just pinch this at the end, that would be a real smash and grab here. Aubameyang. Good header, but straight at Lloris again. We're not going to watch the VAR because it wasn't anywhere near. It's a Tottenham free kick. Eriksen, what can he do? It's a penalty. It's a penalty with 10 minutes to go. Come on, Leno. Up against Dele Alli. Great save. And that could grab us a very important point here. Not amazing, but it's against a team above us, and we're kind of on the ropes a little bit in recent weeks. We're not quite found our feet yet this season. So a draw against Tottenham would be absolutely amazing. Still got 10 minutes to go, of course, though. If we can nick it, that would be absolutely amazing. Hasn't resulted in anything, but we do have a chance. Maitland-Niles can't quite get on the end of that. Lloris drops it to Vertonghen. Doesn't whip it long, unfortunately. I was hoping he could whip it long and we could win the header, but oh no, or a ball at the top instead. Straight at Leno, fortunately. Winks comes on for Gedson Fernandes. It's a Tottenham corner. 3 minutes to go in added on time. Leno makes the claim. Now, can we get... Look, there's 1-on-1 at the back. One good punt from Leno and that would have been set up for a cat attack. But no, we've got a throw in. Of course they don't give it to us. Theirs go to their players, apparently. Not Tottenham, the AI, just in general. It does seem to be a bit of a flaw in the match engine. I can't imagine it's a problem with set pieces that are set up, because I don't think I've set it up in the Arsenal save. But 0-0. Not the best episode. No goals scored for us, I think. And then we got one at the end of the Barca game. Aubameyang popped up with one. Not really in this game, but we grabbed a draw. We saved a penalty as well. You got to remember. So not too bad, I guess, overall. So let's see how that stands. We leaves us sixth in the table. We are level on points with Southampton. We're still 1 behind Tottenham, and we are now 10 behind Liverpool. So a title challenge is looking to be slipping away from our grasp already in October. Not looking good. But Liverpool beat Man City 5-2. I mean, that's ridiculous. We are going to send the assistant to do the press conference, and Southgate not looking at quite so many players today. Unsurprisingly, not so many playing actually on our part because they didn't come off the bench or didn't start. So let's see where that leaves us for next episode. We're going to come back. We've got Millwall in the League Cup, obviously not going to come back for that. We'll probably leave the Barcelona game. We'll probably come back and do the Liverpool game because it's a big league game. We've just done Barcelona today. I don't want to do Barcelona back to back. There's no point. Do Liverpool and we'll maybe tag the Borussia Mönchengladbach game on the end because that's possibly a more meaningful game in the overall league, the Champions League group, because a win there pretty much seals our passage through in second place, assuming what we do in Barcelona against Barcelona, of course. If we win that game, it's all wide open again for a top place finish, but it all depends. So yeah, Liverpool I think will be the next game. So we've got a couple to play. I'll try and play those at work tomorrow, if not at home tomorrow night. Try and get time short and watch through. I've got about 5 or 6 videos to edit now at work as well, so it's going to be a fun day tomorrow. Hopefully it's nice and quiet and not too many people in to bother me. If you enjoyed today's episode, please do drop a like. If you're new around here, please do drop a sub. I am for some reason losing subs at the moment. I've gone from 84 to about 81 I think in the space of 2 days over the weekend. I don't know what the cause is. If there is anyone who has unsubbed but has caught this video, can shed some light. Obviously this is about a week and a half after that, so it might not mean anything, but you know, let me know what that reason is. I'll try and address it. If anyone's got any sort of suggestions for how I can improve the content, improve the channel, improve the videos, again let me know. I know a big one is the cam. It is something I'm working on. I don't really have the space for a setup for that here to do it, unfortunately. I'm trying. I've bought the camera on Black Friday but haven't got around to setting it up or using it or having a position to really use it, so I'm aware of that one. So that could be a reason, possibly, I don't know. But anything that can help me improve, I'm all ears. Constructive criticism, that's all good. So until next episode, which will be Liverpool, hopefully we can, if they haven't already been beaten, stop their unbeaten run and just push on ourselves a little bit. We've got Norwich in the league coming up there, bottom, so that's a good possibility. West Ham, I think, are mid-table-ish, so that's again another good chance for a couple of points. And then we've got a couple of cup games in there as well, a chance to push on to the League Cup 5th round, I think, or quarters, and obviously Barcelona Champions League. So yeah, until next time, I will see you later. Take care.